from, and not just where your parents came from or their parents, but your actual genetic makeup.
I actually have this swab in my desk at home. I never used it. I bought it a couple of years ago. From ancestry sites, they're growing more popular online. Even one of our employees here at Fox5 was able to discover his true past. It's fascinating stuff. Here's Erica Walker.
I think it's in all of us to want to know where we belong, how we belong, to want to know about, our family.
For 58-year-old Michael O'Toole, that desire had always been there. He never knew his father, and his late mother never opened up about him.
Throughout life, everyone was saying, you really need to find out who he is. It would be good for you.
Michael is the multimedia promotions manager at Fox5 News, and about 5 years ago, after his mother's passing, a bit of desperation led him to Ancestry.com, where he would find his life forever changed.
What was that like for you?
It was wonderful. It was wonderful because I have a family.
Through a DNA sample, Michael not only learned about his late father, but discovered he had 2 half-sisters out of state, and has now become close with the loved ones he once never knew.
I'm beginning to understand now is what unconditional love is, where you can just accept and care for somebody just because they're family.
While stories like Michael's are some of the most inspiring that come from these commercial heritage websites, most customers taking a DNA test are simply looking to learn more information about their family roots and genealogy.
Growing up and just talking to our family, or maybe we don't know anything. There's all speculations or stories or traditions, and reality is that we don't really know our complete story.
I was told my entire life I was Irish, and get the results back. There's not a bit of Irish in me.
Like Michael, for many people, the results can be surprising. But biological anthropologist Dr. Todd Disotell says based on human history, you shouldn't be shocked.
We've taken different paths to sometimes get to the same location, and depending on which ancestral alleles that you have, which markers you have, you might have a marker that's somewhere along that path.
Dr. Alondra Nelson is the Dean of Social Science at Columbia University. She's the author of The Social Life of DNA.
Everybody's alike and everybody's different. So it's the paradox. Genetic ancestry testing works in that paradox.
So how exactly do companies like Ancestry and 23andMe uncover your ethnic mix?
Our laboratory will extract DNA from the cells found in your saliva sample and run it on a chip that reads your DNA at hundreds of thousands of locations in your human genome.
Even more comprehensive, 23andMe is now the first company approved by the FDA to provide information on genetic health risks.
They can tell you what traits you're likely to have, and they can also tell you something about some of the genes involved in either disease or drug metabolism, food metabolism.
But as 23andMe recommends, you should still check with your doctor. Overall, it's important to recognize the tests are not perfect.
Consumers should know that different companies use different databases to which they compare your DNA. So it's highly possible that I could send my DNA to 2 different companies and get 2 different types of results.
But even if the results are unexpected, just as Michael did, you can discover more about your story.
I thought it would fill a void. I don't necessarily know if it did. It sure made me more comfortable with who I am.
Erica Walker, Fox 5 News.
It's fascinating.